The year is 2025. An unsettling quiet hangs over the bustling cities and sleepy suburbs of America. A string of murders, as brutal as they are baffling, has gripped the nation, leaving law enforcement scrambling for answers and communities living in the shadow of fear. At the heart of this terrifying tale is a man named Anthony Robinson, a seemingly ordinary individual living a transient life, now forever branded with the chilling moniker, the shopping cart killer. This isn't a Hollywood horror flick, but a grim reality that has unfolded across multiple states. Robinson, now infamous, is accused of luring women he met on dating sites, promising them connection and companionship, only to brutally end their lives. The most horrifying detail of all? He used shopping carts, those mundane symbols of everyday life, to transport and dispose of his victims' bodies. The case, a macabre tapestry woven from deceit, violence, and the cold-hearted disposal of human life, has sent shockwaves through the country. It has forced us to confront the dark side of online interactions, where trust can be easily manipulated and vulnerability can be fatally exploited. The nation watches, waits, and prays for justice for the victims and their families, forever haunted by the chilling question, how could this happen? Anthony Robinson, the man now synonymous with terror, had a strategy, a chillingly effective method to his madness. He preyed on the vulnerable, specifically women seeking connection and companionship on online dating platforms. Posing as a charming and desirable partner, he would engage in conversations, building trust and a false sense of security. Once he had his victims emotionally invested, he would propose a meeting, often at motels, away from prying eyes and potential witnesses. These motels became his macabre playgrounds, the sites where he ended lives and shattered countless others in the process. His weapon of choice? Blunt force trauma. The brutality of it speaks to a rage that chills the soul. But Robinson's cruelty didn't end there. He treated his victims' bodies with disdain, stuffing them into large containers, the kind you might use for storage, and then used shopping carts, those ubiquitous symbols of everyday life, to transport and dispose of their remains. His actions were not just crimes of passion but calculated acts of depravity. He sought to erase these women, to make them disappear as if they had never existed. But their families, their friends, and a nation determined to get justice will never let their memories fade. The investigation into Anthony Robinson's crimes is a sprawling, complex endeavor, spanning multiple jurisdictions and involving countless hours of painstaking work by dedicated law enforcement officers. The trail of terror began to unravel with the discovery of two bodies discarded like trash in an open lot in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Aline Elizabeth Redmond and Tanita Laurie Smith, two women who seemingly had no connection, were found to have been victims of Robinson's brutality. Their deaths, however, were no isolated incidents. The investigation soon led authorities to Fairfax, Virginia, where a gruesome discovery sent chills down their spines. Inside a large plastic container discarded near a shopping cart, the bodies of two more women were found. One was identified as Cheyenne Brown, a young mother who had gone missing from Washington, D.C. The other victim remains unidentified, a stark reminder of the magnitude of Robinson's alleged crimes. Stolen lives remembering the victims. Behind the headlines and the grim details of the investigation lie the real tragedy of this case. The stolen lives of the victims. Each woman, vibrant and full of life, had dreams, aspirations, and loved ones who cherished them. Aline Elizabeth Redmond, Tanita Laurie Smith, Cheyenne Brown. Their names are now etched in the tragic narrative of the shopping cart killer. Cheyenne, a 29-year-old single mother, was pregnant with her second child when her life was cruelly cut short. Her family, clinging to hope, identified her through a tattoo, their worst fears confirmed. These women were not just names on a police report, they were daughters, mothers, friends, and their absence leaves an unfillable void in the lives of those who loved them. As the investigation continues, the nation mourns with their families, united in grief and the pursuit of justice. Behind the mask. Delving into Robinson's past. Anthony Robinson, the man accused of such heinous acts, was, in many ways, an enigma. He lived a nomadic life, drifting from one place to another, holding down various jobs without establishing any real roots. His past addresses paint a picture of a transient existence: New York, Prince George's County, Washington, D.C., each location a temporary stop in a life that lacked a fixed point. What's even more perplexing is his seemingly clean record. According to law enforcement, Robinson had no significant criminal history, a fact that makes his alleged crimes even more shocking. How could a man with no apparent history of violence erupt in such a brutal manner? It's a question that continues to haunt investigators as they delve deeper into his past, searching for any clues that might explain the darkness that resided within him. As the investigation into Anthony Robinson's alleged crimes intensifies, a chilling question hangs in the air. Could there be more victims? His transient lifestyle, coupled with the calculated nature of his alleged crimes, has led authorities to believe that the body count might be higher than initially suspected. Law enforcement agencies across the country are now working in tandem, poring over missing person reports, cold cases, and any information that might link Robinson to other unsolved crimes. The search for answers has extended beyond Virginia, reaching up the East Coast, as investigators follow the trail of this alleged serial predator. The digital age, while a facilitator of connections, also provides a cloak of anonymity that predators like Robinson exploit. The investigation therefore relies heavily on tracing his online footprint, analyzing his movements, and identifying any other potential victims who might have crossed his path. Online safety. The case of the shopping cart killer is a stark reminder of the potential dangers lurking in the digital world. Online dating platforms, while connecting individuals and fostering relationships, can also be hunting grounds for predators seeking to exploit the vulnerable. This case underscores the critical importance of online safety, urging individuals to be vigilant, cautious, and prioritize their safety when engaging with others online. Law enforcement agencies are using this case to emphasize the need for awareness, urging online daters to be cautious about the information shared online, meet in public places, especially for initial dates, inform someone you trust about your whereabouts when meeting someone new, and trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. The shopping cart killer case serves as a chilling reminder that while the internet has revolutionized the way we connect, it has also created opportunities for those with sinister intentions. By promoting awareness, encouraging vigilance, and fostering a culture of online safety, we can strive to prevent such tragedies from happening in the future.